Hey everyone, what is going on? So we have submissions, I believe 15 battles, so 3 sets. And so thank you so much for submitting these battles. I really do appreciate it. And if you want to go ahead and follow this trainer, they actually have a YouTube account, so I will leave a link to that YouTube account. It's a relatively new account, so definitely go ahead and help them boost subscribers, and hopefully they do release more content on their channel soon so we could all watch and enjoy. But yeah, they're using pretty unique teams, different teams in each set. Some stay slightly the same, but some change. So let's go ahead and take a look at the first team. We have the Registeel, Cherrim, and Gallade. So out of these three, the Registeel is obviously the most meta Pokemon, right? We see that almost on every team, right? But the other two, not really. I mean, Cherrim is getting a little bit more love because of its recent Bullet Seed attack, right? It got boosted recently, so I could totally see that. And I have seen Gallade, but not ultra common like the Registeel. But let's go ahead and see these battles. So Gallade is going to go ahead and go for that close combat, doing a lot of damage. Umbreon can take it because of how bulky it is. Registeel comes in. Registeel going to be able to easily eat up this Foul Play, right? Or Dark Pulse, okay. Going for the Dark Pulse on the opponent's end. Able to take it anyway. So now the Registeel will go for a Flash Cannon. This is going to be enough to knock out that Umbreon, and in comes the Mawile. Mawile doing a decent amount of damage, but the Registeel is close, or was close to a Flash Cannon, able to get it off and knock out that Mawile. And in comes the Lantern. Okay, so Lantern probably could take out this Registeel. Yeah, he does get to the charge move before Registeel opting not to shield. So Registeel going to be able to not take that Thunderbolt. Okay, I thought it was going to be close, but in comes the Gallade. Gallade going to opt to shield this, obviously. This would have been enough to knock out the Gallade, and it just needs to get to a Leaf Blade, and it's able to do it. So we know how not popular, but we know how good Gallade is. It has Confusion as the fast move, as well as Leaf Blade and Close Combat. That Leaf Blade actually wasn't even enough to knock it out, but another Confusion did. So able to win game 1, really well played, and I'm excited to see more of these battles. So let's go ahead and see. That was a great game as well. I guess he's just leading the same lead in all of these battles, but we'll see. So again, going to be leading with the Registeel against Alolan Muk. Okay, I would say this favors the Registeel, right? This is a matchup we've seen quite a bit in the Ultra League, at least I have. So yeah, what you want to do is basically go for the Flash Cannon, I believe, because yes, I think the Focus Blast does more damage, but both of them are still going to take, it's going to take like a Focus Blast and a Flash Cannon, or 2 Flash Cannons to knock out the Muk, so you might as well just go 2 Flash Cannons. I have seen people go Focus Blast, that's why I just wanted to jump in and say that. Looks like he is actually going for the Focus Blast now, but again, it's still not going to knock out the Alolan Muk. It comes close, but you're not going to be able to farm down with Lock On, right? Whereas if you just went for Flash Cannon, you'd be able to get to another Flash Cannon and knock it out. But anyway, that's just my opinion. So in comes the Azumel. Okay, so Cherrim can beat this Azumel if it gets off a Solar Beam. Opting not to shield, going to be that Ice Beam, doing a lot of damage, so it has to go for the Solar Beam, right? Not going to go ahead and bluff. Could have bluffed and maybe got to a Solar Beam, but it would have had to shield. Yeah, this Azumel is going to go ahead and shield. Yeah, good, but hey, gets to a Weather Ball, so yeah, I guess it could have went for the Weather Ball and then got to a Solar Beam, and it would have knocked out the Azumel, but of course, you didn't know if that Azumel was definitely going to protect. But in comes the Gallade, still has a shield, going to go ahead and shield this attack, wants to get to a Leaf Blade to knock out the Azumel. Wow, that Hydro Pump would have absolutely destroyed Gallade. In comes a Alolan Muk. Okay, so we're going to see probably a Dark Pulse, as it is going to be a Dark Pulse, doing a lot of damage, but the Confusion does feint the Alolan Muk just fine. And this Leaf Blade is going to be enough to knock out the Azumel. So really well played. Really well played. Actually, it's not enough. I take that back. I thought it was going to be. And in comes the final Pokemon, Haunter. Okay, so I didn't even realize he had a Haunter in the back. So does he win this? Oh, okay. I guess he's going to lose this one. That's fine. Still going to go ahead and take it. Unless this doesn't... Yeah, that knocks out. I was going to say, even if it didn't, I don't know that a Flash Cannon would have knocked it out. But either way, really well played. Excuse me. But that was really fun. So able to go ahead and lose that one. But it was a close game nonetheless. So Registeel versus Wigglytuff. So this is obviously a huge matchup for the Registeel. Registeel going to actually switch. So no, the Registeel's not switching. But anyway, so Registeel going to go ahead and go for the Focus Blast. That will be shielded, and then the Registeel will bail now into Cherrim. Okay, so Cherrim just has to watch out for the body slams. Going to be doing some good damage. You're not going to go for bulldoze. You're just going to go for the body slams. Going to have another body slam come off. You can see how fast Vigoroth gets to body slam. Going to up to shield that with Cherrim going for the Weather Ball. Just wants to get off some nice neutral damage. Not going to be enough to knock it out, but it's still doing a relatively decent amount. Able to get to another one. So again, Cherrim, because Bullet Seed was recently buffed, is a really powerful move because of how fast it gets to it, right? So Vigoroth bails into Alolan Marowak to feint that Cherrim. So nice play on the opponent's end. In comes Gallade. So Confusion doing a lot of damage. The charge moves, though, unfortunately are resisted. So we'll have to see how this plays out. But obviously he didn't want to bring in the Registeel. So yeah, one thing I've noticed about this team is it is really weak in general to fire types, but Alolan Marowak especially, I would say, definitely not going to have a good time against it, but let's see if he could pull it off. So we're going to go ahead and go for the Leaf Blade. At this range, does it knock it out? No, that even doesn't knock it out, not even at that range. So we're going to be hit with a charge attack. It's going to be a Bone Club, so we're going to be able to take it, still doing decent amount of damage. So able to knock out the Alolan Marowak. We'll have to see what comes in. And it looks like the opponent just bails. Okay, so that counts as a win. You know, he gets that win, so nice play. A nice game as well. So we're going to jump into another one. This, I believe, is the 4th game or the 5th. We'll have to see. So let's see what happens. So again, Registeel as the lead versus Munchlax. Okay, very interesting. We'll have to see how this plays out. I believe Munchlax has access to Earthquake, but of course, Focus Blast on the Registeel is going to do a lot to a Munchlax. So Munchlax is going to go ahead and go for a charge attack, going straight for the body slam. Yeah, that seemed too early for the Earthquake. So Registeel going to go for the Flash Cannon, bluffing the Focus Blast. Munchlax does shield, so a nice call to bluff that. Going to maybe go for the Focus Blast. Yeah, going straight for the Focus Blast. Wants to do a lot of damage or take the last shield. That does so much damage. Wow, that actually did more than I thought. I don't know why. I didn't think it would do that much. But Registeel will shield. That. Okay, it's Bulldoze. I guess it's not Earthquake. Okay, it's Bulldoze. I thought it was Earthquake, but you know, either way, going to correctly shield the Bulldoze and feint with Lock On. So let's see what comes in. Going to be an Azumarill, so going to get some pretty good damage off against this Azumarill. Now you have to remember that the Registeel already did its job, so this Flash Cannon is bonus damage, and this additional Flash Cannon is even more bonus damage or a possible shield. No, just going to take all that damage to the face. Okay, so Azumarill does feint with Bubble. In comes Cherrim, so Cherrim might want to farm down, maybe it won't. We'll have to see. Maybe it won't because it might be too risky. That Azumarill does have energy, doesn't want it to get to another one. Yeah, going to go ahead and go for the Weather Ball. I believe that was the correct play because he didn't want him to get to another Ice Beam, although the Skarmory comes in, so that's still good for the Cherrim. Cherrim going to go ahead and go for another Weather Ball. Going to do some good damage to the Skarmory. Skarmory will opt to protect itself, and then bailing into Gallade. Now, Gallade is so squishy that it might not be able to take that. No, it cannot. So, Gallade collapses, and in comes Cherrim. Can Cherrim pull this off? So, this is going to be enough to knock out the Skarmory, I believe. Is it? No, it's not. Okay, a couple more Bullet Seeds is able to do it. So, then, yeah, get into a Weather Ball, and I believe that Azumarill is low enough that this is going to knock it out. Yeah, it is. So actually pulling that off, that was a very close game. Really well played, man. Really well played. That was very close. So going to go ahead and win that one. Do we have another game? Yeah, we do have another game. So this another game with this team. I believe this is game 5, so last with this team. So let's see what happens. So leading with the Registeel versus Galvantula. Okay, so you guys know I've used the Galvantula in the past, so Registeel bails into Cherrim. Now Cherrim is definitely going to be good with the Weather Ball against Galvantula, but it does have to watch out for Bug Buzz. You guys know that. It's going to be super effective. That's probably enough to knock out the Cherrim. So Cherrim is not going to risk it, and it is going to be that Bug Buzz. So definitely not wanting to risk it. That will bail out into that defense Deoxys. Cherrim going straight for the Solar Beam. Now, this is not going to be enough to knock out the Deoxys, but it's still going to do a tremendous amount. That was actually almost enough. I knew it was going to be close, but I knew it wouldn't knock it out. So Cherrim opting to protect itself again, wanting to win the lead, trying to farm down Deoxys. Wow, we could see how powerful Cherrim is. Has enough for another Solar Beam already. Guys, you could see how fast it charges. So going for the Weather Ball, I think it has enough for 2 Weather Balls. That Garvantula takes it, and Cherrim is able to go for another Weather Ball. So this is going to knock out the Garvantula unless if it protects. It does not, so Garvantula collapses. In comes Meganium, getting to another Weather Ball. Oh my gosh, this Cherrim is literally on fire, not going down at all. Maybe could have even gotten to another one. But bringing in that Registeel, this is definitely going to be an Earthquake, no reason to bluff it. Going to do a lot, but not enough to knock out the Registeel. Registeel is able to get to a Flash Cannon. So this is going to do a good amount of damage, a lot of damage. Not enough to knock it out, of course. So that Meganium going to go ahead and get off. I'm assuming this is a Frenzy Plant, although does Frenzy Plant even knock it out? It does. Okay, I thought it would. So bringing in the Gallade doing a lot of damage. Okay, Meganium not able to get to another charge attack. So going to go ahead and win that one. So it looks like he went 4-1 in this set. So really well played. Fantastic game. Some really close games as well. So yeah, 4-1. So that was fantastic. That was awesome. So going to go ahead and jump into the next set. This time he is using 2 of the same Pokemon, Registeel and Gallade, but also adding in Banette. So Banette, super squishy Pokemon. We'll have to see how he uses it. I know it's very strong as well, so we'll definitely see. So it looks like definitely winning the favorable lead, going straight for that Focus Blast against the Umbreon. Umbreon may shield. It does, so Umbreon going to go ahead and use a shield up super early. This Umbreon, whatever attack it is, can take a Dark Pulse, a Foul Play, definitely a last resort. So going to be that Foul Play. Okay, so Registeel able to take it as you see. And it looks like it's going to be able to take another one. Damage is adding up, but don't forget that Umbreon used the shield as well. Registeel did not. So this Focus Blast going to do a lot, not enough to knock out the Umbreon. Umbreon is going to go ahead and get to another Foul Play, so the Registeel opts to shield that. Could have taken it, but deciding wants to stay a little bit healthy. It's not healthy, but stay, at least have a little bit of health. So going to go ahead and go for the Flash Cannon. That will be enough to knock out the Umbreon. In comes Toxicroak. Yeah, they're not going to be able to get to a Flash Cannon. Toxicroak will knock out that Registeel. In comes Gallade, which is absolutely going to destroy Toxicroak. Shiny Skarmory. I want that Shiny Skarmory so bad. You guys have absolutely no idea. So Banette is going to go ahead and shield. You can see how much damage it's taking, right? That Sky Attack would have been enough to knock it out. So going to go ahead and go for the Shadow Ball. So this Shadow Ball is going to do a tremendous amount, but Skarmory shielded. That would have been enough, I believe, to knock out the Skarmory. And it looks like Banette is actually able to get to another Shadow Ball. Maybe that Skarmory, I feel like that Skarmory should have been at a Sky Attack. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't know. So in comes the Toxicroak. Toxicroak is going to immediately go for the Sludge Bomb. Mud Bomb would have been enough, but it doesn't matter because this Gallade is able to delete with Confusion. So really well played. We can see the power of Banette. I can only imagine Shadow Banette even being stronger, right? Because it just does a lot of damage, gets that extra Shadow Boost. So let's go ahead and jump into the next game and we'll see what we have going for us. Again, loving the Registeel lead. That's what he loves to do. Leading with Registeel again against Jirachi. So definitely favorable for the Registeel. Jirachi cannot touch Registeel. So switching to Melmetal. In comes that Gallade. So Melmetal definitely has to watch out for the close combat. It does resist Leaf Blade. We'll have to see if he's going for the bait or not. Looks like he is going for the Leaf Blade, so this could possibly pick up a shield. If this was a close combat, it would be enough to knock out the Melmetal. So yep, gonna go ahead and shield. So now Gallade will shield as well. So gonna be a superpower that will lower the defense and attack on Melmetal. So this Leaf Blade is actually going to do a good amount of damage. I still don't think it's enough to knock it out. Well, Melmetal protects itself anyway, so we'll never find out. So now Gallade will protect itself, confident that it can possibly win the lead. Oh, I don't know. That Melmetal might be able to get to another one first. Yeah, Melmetal's going to end up winning that. Okay. So Melmetal will go for the superpower that's ultra debuffed. But That's okay. So Bennett comes in and deletes that Melmetal. In comes Toxicroak. So definitely resisting those Toxicroak attacks. Looks like we have a little bit of lag. So I'm going to go ahead and go for the Shadow Ball. This is going to instantly knock out that Toxicroak. As it does, in comes Jirachi, and the opponent just leaves because Jirachi not going to have a good time against Bennett. So good game. Good game to both players. And I'm going to jump into the next game. Let's see what happens. Okay, leading with the Registeel again, of course, against Skarmory. So definitely picking up a favorable lead. And we'll just have to see how this plays out. I'm imagining he's just going to go straight Focus Blast. We'll see. Yep, going to go ahead and go for that Focus Blast. Skarmory opting to stay in right now. Maybe it wants to farm up some energy. Going to go ahead and shield that, actually. So at least, hey, Registeel picking up a shield. So Registeel can take all these attacks from Skarmory all day long. I mean, I guess, to be fair, I guess it's adding up, but still able to take it. Going to go ahead and go for another Focus Blast. So can he pick up the final shield? We'll have to see. Yep. So that's Skarmory really wanting to win the lead. So able to take both shields super early. So now Registeel opting to shield this Sky attack as well. Wanting to win the lead. Trying to get to a Focus Blast. And able to get to it. So going to go ahead and go straight Focus Blast. Is this enough to knock? I don't think it is, especially with that Great. Yeah, not enough, but can farm down maybe or maybe not. So Registeel committing to the last shield and should be able to farm down with Lock On at this range. Yep. So maybe that Registeel can get to a Flash Cannon. It looks like he wants to. Azumarill comes in, able to get to it. So Registeel wants to deliver a parting gift before it goes down. And then bailing into Gallade. So Gallade charging up some energy, charging up enough that Azumarill sticking around, going straight Leaf Blade. This will be enough to knock out that Azumarill. And in comes Superior. Okay, very interesting. Very cool Pokemon. It looks like this Gallade wanted to get to a close combat, but not able to do so. What is this? Going to be a Leaf Tornado. That's not going to be enough. It will lower Gallade's attack. Gallade does still get to that close combat. Now, the attack was debuffed, but Gallade hits like a truck, so it's still enough to knock it out. Yeah, that's the thing. Gallade is, as I've said, super squishy, but it's super powerful. It's such a good Pokemon. I love Gallade, and I'm actually thinking of trying, especially after watching these videos, I'm thinking about trying one out myself. You guys might want to try out Gallade as well. It's definitely a huge, really cool Pokemon. I love it. I love it. So let's jump into the next game. It's going to be the Registeel versus the Altaria. So a huge match. For that Registeel, definitely favorable. Just go straight Flash Cannon, right? We'll have to see. Looks like he charged up a little bit of extra energy and went for that Flash Cannon. So this Flash Cannon is going to do some good neutral damage. One more Flash Cannon is going to be enough to knock out the Altaria. So Altaria does go for the Sky Attack. Registeel can take it. Altaria opting to stay in. Dragon Breath is still adding up against the Registeel because it's just such a powerful move, isn't it? So Registeel will go for the Flash Cannon, and Altaria wants to win the lead, so it will go ahead and shield. And can he get to it? Oh, that Altaria bailed on that charge attack. Really nice switch. Let's see what it is. Skarmory. So that was a really good switch on the opponent's end. So in comes Gallade. Ooh. Okay. In comes Gallade. I mean, I might have stayed with the Registeel. I don't know. Because that... Well, okay. So what that attack did go through. Yeah, I was just questioning it because look how much that fast move damage did to that Gallade. So Gallade does collapse now, and in comes Bennett. Bennett trying to farm down. Bennett does go ahead and shield. We'll be able to farm down with Shadow Claw. Sky Attack would have done a lot of damage. Maybe even knocked it out, honestly. I think it would have. Just because of how squishy it is. In comes that Azumarill going for the Shadow Ball, which I think is the correct play. This Azumarill has to shield, or not. Never mind. I still would have went Shadow Ball anyway, because one more Shadow Ball is going to be enough. Now this Azumarill definitely 100% has to shield, or it's going to go down. So it does go ahead and shield. And then, yeah, Bennett is going to faint. That Azumarill does have energy. In comes Registeel. So Registeel is going to go ahead and shield. Probably an Ice Beam. Yeah, going to be an Ice Beam. Registeel is going to be hit with another Ice Beam. Yeah, I don't think this is the Hydro Pump, but this is going to be an Ice Beam, and then the bubble should be enough to faint it. Yeah, so Registeel does faint. So I'm going to go ahead and lose that game. So well played. I don't know if I would have switched into the... Yeah, I don't know if I would have switched into the Gallade against the Skarmory, even though you did knock it out with close combat. Maybe. I mean, I kind of see where you were going, right? So... Next game, yeah, it looks like we have another game with the same team, so they're still battling. Okay, I wasn't part of the same set, but wow, switching into a shiny Alakazam, so that's really cool. Wants to do a lot of damage with counter, but at the same time, now the Banette gets to come in and is just going to farm the shiny Alakazam down. So Banette does go ahead and shield this one. Definitely has a shield. That would have knocked out the Banette, but able to farm it down. Alakazam is so squishy. In comes Shiftry. Shiftry will get off a charge attack. Going to be a foul play. That's going to easily knock out Banette. No doubt about it. In comes Registeel. Registeel will go ahead and go for the Flash Cannon. Focus Plus would have been enough to knock it out, but maybe shield baiting, trying to pick up a shield. Yep, so nice play. Able to pick up that shield. And it looks like foul play is coming out to hit this Registeel. So one more foul play is going to do it, but maybe he can go for the Focus Blast, right? He'll have to invest. No, he won't have to invest. I thought that, I'm surprised that Shifter didn't get off another charge attack, to be honest with you. But this Focus Blast is definitely going to be enough to knock out the Shiftry. In comes Melmetal. So looks like, okay, the opponent's just going to back out. So able to win that one. So really well played. And that is it for the second set, or the second set of games, yep. Yeah, I don't know if the games were exactly in order, but either way, we're jumping into the final set. And this time, switching out that Registeel for Alolan Graveler. We have to see how this works. So, you're still using Banette and Gallade, though. So, Alolan Graveler doing a good amount of damage. Volt Switch got buffed, right? I mean, Volt Switch is a powerful move. Going to shield, doesn't want to be hit with the Shadow Ball that would easily knock out the Alolan Graveler. So going to go ahead and go for a charge attack right now. Going to go for a Rock Blast, and Cherrim will shield. Going for a charge attack now. We have to hope it's a Weather Ball, right? It is. Okay, not going to be a Solar Beam. Graveler will bail into Banette, and Banette is just charging up energy and going to go ahead and go for a charge attack. Let's see. It's probably going to be a Weather Ball. No, it's going to be a Dazzling Gleam. Interesting. I was expecting Solar Beam on that Cherrim, but I guess Dazzling Gleam is an option as well. Banette will go for the Shadow Ball, trying to knock out this Cherrim, and it does knock it out. In comes the Azumel, so Banette might want to go for Thunder. It does, so going to go ahead and go for the Thunder. This Azumel might not shield, so if it doesn't shield, okay, doing a lot of damage. Wow, Banette, you could see how high Banette's attack is, and as I've mentioned, the Shadow version of it is just going to be even higher. Right, so in comes the Alolan Graveler, gonna feint with Volt Switch, so really nice play. We'll have to see what comes in. Going to be a Melmetal, ooh, going for a Rock Throw, so let's see, Rock Blast, excuse me, so going for a Rock Blast, that is going to be resisted, so yeah, the Thunderbolt would have been the way to go, but it looks like he clicked on it before he saw what was coming in, so maybe he didn't realize Melmetal was coming in, so that makes sense, but now that Melmetal doesn't shield, and yeah, got that Melmetal super low, so in comes the Gallade and can just finish with Confusions and able to win that. So really well played. Love seeing Alolan Graveler. I used it for one of the Sylph Cups. I don't remember what cup it was. Was it Rainbow Cup? I don't remember what cup it was, but I know I used it and I really liked it for one of those cups. In Season 1. It was a lot of fun. It was a great Pokemon. I've never seen an Open Great League in the Go Battle League, so it's definitely really exciting. Going up against the Haunter, so that Haunter definitely bailing. Wow, okay, bailing into a Azumel, but if you look, this Alolan Graveler is still doing super effective damage because it's an electric type as well. Although it's also weak to water, but it's still doing a lot of damage, so yeah, really well. I mean, it has a lot of usability, doesn't it? So yeah, it might be something you want to try out if you want to just test the water, see how it does for you. I mean, Volt Switch recently got buffed, as we know. So Azumel will go ahead and collapse, and in comes that Haunter immediately going down. Both go down at the same time. That Haunter was at full health. In comes Hypno. Wow. Wow. So Alolan Graveler comes in. Going to go ahead and throw off this Rock Blast. That will be shielded by the Hypno. And it looks like this Hypno might farm down, but this Graveler will go ahead and get to another Rock Blast. This is going to do some pretty good neutral damage to it, and then switching into Banette. I probably would have went for Banette before the Graveler. You know, I'm not really too sure, probably because it is super effective, but at the same time, it's also taking a lot of damage from this Confusion attack, right? Banette is. So going to go ahead and get off that Shadow Ball and feint the Haunter and able to win that. So really well played. I love seeing this Alolan Graveler. I'm telling you, this is probably my favorite set because Alolan Graveler is just it's just such a cool Pokemon. It's an awesome Pokemon. I love seeing it. So yeah. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump into the next game and see what happens. I can't wait for this trainer to submit more battles. I hope they do submit more battles because I really enjoyed it. Definitely go ahead and subscribe to them, guys. So switching to Banette, that Vigoroth switched out. That was actually very interesting. I mean, I understand why it switched out because it was not doing much damage, right? It wasn't doing much damage with the counter, but it was also resisting the Shadow Claw, but Body Slam wouldn't do much either to this Banette. So yeah, I mean that switch obviously made sense. But gonna go ahead and go for a Shadow Ball right now that will be shielded by the Skunk Tank. I'm curious as to why he undercharged that Thunder against the Skunk Tank. I would have fully charged. Maybe he wasn't. Maybe he was expecting the Skunk Tank to shield. I'm not really too sure. I would have fully charged it, but let's see what happens. So it looks like he's going for Thunder, expecting the Vigoroth to perhaps come back in and not wanting to it to be resisted, right? And it's going to be in the zoom out, so that Thunder, obviously, good play, but it was shielded, so going to go ahead and feint. In comes the Graveler. Graveler doing a lot of damage. This Graveler is going to fall to a Hydro Pump, so if this is a Hydro Pump, it's going to knock it out. It is. So goodbye, Alolan Graveler. In comes Gallade. So Gallade wants to go for the Leaf Blade. Okay, so this is going to, well, this is going to get the Azumarill really low. I don't know if it's going to be enough to knock it out. It's not. One more Confusion will be able to. And looks like that Vigoroth comes in, so going for the... Oh man, going for that close combat. Does this knock it out? Bulldoze, does it? It does. I feel like that Leaf Blade would have been enough. Maybe it wouldn't have. Maybe it wouldn't have. Just missed a close combat. Well played, man. Well played. I don't know. I understand that play. Like, I understand going for that close combat. I don't know. Maybe Leaf Blade wouldn't have been enough. I really don't know. Let me know in the comments down below if Leaf Blade was enough. But now we have Alolan Graveler versus the Azumarill. So it could go either way. We'll have to see how this is played out. The Azumarill going to go ahead and go for probably an Ice Beam. The Graveler will shield it up. It is going to be an Ice Beam. And Graveler will go ahead and go for the Electric Charge Attack, wanting to knock out the Azumarill. Going to be a Thunderbolt. Azumarill does shield. You can see how much this Volt Switch is doing. Wow. So now going to go ahead and bluff. Perhaps this Azumarill invests the last shield. Let's find out. It does not, so unfortunately not getting the shield bait, but the Graveler will decide to invest the last shield. Going to be an Ice Beam, and Volt Switch going to be enough to knock out the Azumarill, so has energy to throw in whatever comes in. Whatever comes in, going to throw the Rock Blast. So Alolan Graveler does get off the Rock Blast. Going to be a Whiscash, so both moves are not good against Whiscash. So nothing you could have really done there. Even that Thunderbolt wouldn't have been good. So going to go ahead and go for the Leaf Blade against this Whiscash. This Whiscash is a Gornet. If it does not shield, it probably will. Yep, going to go ahead and shield. Trying to bail, but unfortunately this Whiscash does get off a Charge Attack. It will be Blizzard. That will be enough to knock out the Gallade. In comes Banette, and Banette... Let's see. I mean, it depends what he has in the back, right? It depends what he has in the back. So going to be that Mud Bomb, and the Banette does go ahead and go for the Shadow Ball. This will be enough to knock out the Whiscash. And in comes Altaria, and he's going to lose, and that's going to be it.